So why is SEO important and when is it not? My name is Frank. I'm the founder of Saga Pixel. We are an SEO agency. We've talked with and worked with all kinds of different businesses, and we've seen tons of cases where SEO was helpful and a number where it was basically a waste of time. So let's talk about it. The main benefit of SEO is that when your customers are searching for services like the ones that you offer, it can make sure that you're the business that they find. In addition, if you have the type of business where you have some customers that don't necessarily know that you have the solution for their problem, your blog can serve to answer whatever questions they're researching online and present your service as the best solution to, whatever it is that they're dealing with. So when is SEO not important for a business? Regardless of what digital marketing firms tell you, SEO is not part of of every single buyer's journey out there. And we, for one, work with a lot of healthcare providers, and I can tell you that there are a lot of different types of doctors out there that operate entirely off of referrals from hospitals and other physicians. People just don't Google those things. My wife, for example, is a critical care doctor. She runs an ICU at a hospital, and I can tell you that that hospital, if it were number one for ICU near me, it wouldn't generate any more business. When someone's dying, the ambulance doesn't pull up to their house, Google ICU near me, and then go to the hospital that shows up in Google Maps. There are tons of examples like these out there, and you can often answer if SEO is going to be beneficial to your business or not by just understanding whether you have the types of goods and services that people search for online. However, there still can be an opportunity when you have the type of service that people don't know to look for online, or something that they need to research before they explicitly search for what it is that you provide. And SEO-driven content marketing, largely articles on your blog, can really be a great opportunity in these cases. Let's say, for argument's sake, you're a family law attorney in Colorado. Ranking on Google for a keyword like how to get emergency custody of a child in Colorado could be definitely beneficial for your practice. The only people that are ever going to Google something like that are people that are in urgent need of a family law attorney, and that frankly are very unlikely to try to DIY it. So writing the types of articles that will answer questions like that, or comparison articles comparing your services to those of a competitor's, this can often get people to your website and get you in front of them even before they've actually decided that they need a service, and also during the comparison phase when maybe they're comparing you to a competitor, or an alternative option entirely. Like right now, you may be considering whether to invest in SEO or social media marketing for your business. Answering those types of queries can get an agency like ours in front of you. So how does SEO compare to Google Ads? SEO is like planting an apple tree in your yard. Google Ads is like going to the supermarket and buying apples. It's going to take some time for that tree to start bearing fruit, but once you do, you just need to water it and you're going to get really inexpensive fruit for years to come. Going to the supermarket to buy your apples, you're going to get them immediately, but you're always going to have to pay, and they're going to be a lot more expensive than the ones that you can get in your backyard. Organic versus paid traffic is exactly the same thing. The last analysis that I did for a business that was spending about $40,000 a month on Google Ads and about $1,500 a month on SEO, last year saw a cost per lead for Google Ads or through Google Ads of around $40-something and $8 per lead for organic. This happened to be a junk removal business, but the point is that usually you'll see that once your website is ranking, your organic cost per lead is going to be many orders lower than it is for paid search. Now, the disadvantage to SEO versus PPC is scalability. With Google Ads, you spend more, you get more leads. That's almost always going to be the case, and the point of diminishing returns tends to be pretty high. With SEO, increasing your budget by 20 times is not always necessarily going to get you 20 times more results. In other words, the point of diminishing returns is usually lower when it comes to SEO. An advantage of SEO over Google Ads and PPC is that it enables you to target keywords that have very low search volume. And with Google Ads, you'll see that there are keywords that you'll try to bid on that you simply can't. It's just too low volume. But these keywords still may have some value for you, in particular if you have a high dollar ticket item. Often this kind of traffic can still drive leads for you, and in other cases it can serve as a first touch point for visitors to your blog to start interfacing with you on other platforms, such as social media. Which leads us to the next part. How does SEO compare to social media? To start, there's one thing that they both have in common. Generally speaking, they can both be discovery channels. In other words, both on social media and SEO, your business can be found. Now, just diving into a little more deeply, not all social media is really great for discovery. These days, mostly TikTok and YouTube are great for people to discover you. Instagram and Facebook have just terrible organic reach. Also throw LinkedIn there if you're offering any sort of like professional services. Has great organic reach if you have engaging content. The main advantage that SEO has over social media is that it will get you in front of your customer right in the moment when they are looking for your services or when they're researching the problem that they have that your services or products can solve. If you need an accountant for whatever reason and you Google accountant near me, at that point you are probably ready to hire someone. If you stumble across an accountant that's giving some cool like tax advice or whatever, you may not actually be in buy mode, and it may take a lot longer for that accountant to turn you into a paying customer. Now, the advantage to social media over SEO is that it allows you to foster more of a relationship with your prospective customer. I mean, there aren't a ton of business blogs that people just go to because they want to read information. Typically, when they land there through organic search, it's because they had a specific thing that they were researching. They landed on your website. Maybe they found some value there and they visited some other articles and maybe they converted. But if they didn't, they probably aren't going to just start visiting your website every week to read your latest article. With social media, if they enjoyed something, they may choose to follow you, and depending on the platform, I mean, mostly Instagram and YouTube, to be honest, any future content that you produce is going to get pushed out to those people. This is an amazing way to build trust, for people to get to know you better, and over time, increase the likelihood of them converting when it comes time for them to use a service like yours. Another big advantage that social media has over SEO is that it can be extremely effective for solution unaware customers. If people don't know that the thing that you've invented exists, they're not going to search for it. The only way that SEO is going to be able to play into your marketing mix is if you produce content that talks about the types of problems that your product or service addresses, while social media, in particular paid social media, can be really good at getting in front of customers that may be interested in what you have to offer, but don't know to look for it. So I'm interested in what you all have to say. I imagine that some of you are probably SEO practitioners, maybe social media marketers as well. Really interested in hearing what you have to say about, maybe what I missed. If there's anything that you really strongly agree with, please leave it in the comments and I'll probably be responding myself.